Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giribharadhari Abha Giribharadhari Yashodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Nandana Yamunatira Banachari Yamunatira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gora, Hari Bol, Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Jai Prabhupada, Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai. Dev Gurudev, Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jai Vishnupad Brahmasbhaya Sudasha Srimate Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ji Ki Jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नाम शरण शरणदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसती गौतम की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय. वृंदावन धाम की जय. नवदीप धाम की जय. गंगा माई की जय. जमुना माई की जय. तुलसी देवी की जय. भक्ति देवी की जय. गौर निताय की जय. श्री श्री राधा गोलोकानंद की जय. Or Premanande, Hari Hari, all glories to Sambal devotees, all glories to Sambal devotees, all glories to Sambal devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Guranga Shri Prabhupada Ji Ki Jai. Well, today is very auspicious day. It's the appearance of one of the greatest Vaishnavas in our Sampradaya, which is Narottam Das Thakur. We have heard of Narottam Das Thakur. Many times we hear it because his bhajans are very, very popular, and there are about 60 some odd bhajans just in like KK songs. I was going through it, so at least there are 62 there. So now you can imagine how devoted he was and how advanced he was in prema, so that he could make all these nice bhajans for the sampradaya. So anyhow, and there are many popular bhajans, in fact, So we will go through his biography a little bit and maybe sing one or two bhajans, So depending on time, maybe I will start with a little bhajan and then we will see. I will just break it. Now, you have heard about Hari Haraya. So we will just sing half of it because it's very long. Otherwise, there are 10 sentences. No, normally we sing half anyways. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hari Haraya Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yanama Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govindaram Shri Madhusudana. Gopal Shri Madhusudana Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana Shri Gopinath Madana Mohana Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Advaita Shita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Hari Bhagavata Gita Shri Rupa Sanata Bhanta Raghunatha Sata Raghunatha Shri Gopala Jiva Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Shri Rupa Dirita Brata Raghunatha Echaye Gosai Kori Charana Bandana Echaye Charana Hare Nana Ja Hoita Vigana Nasa Visa Prana Vishta Purana Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Hari Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Yadavaya Nadavaya Keshavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Devaya Keshavaya Namaha. So you can see his bhajans are very, very popular. Now, mostly we sing only a part of it, but it's long. I mean, there are 10 more sentences. So it says, just I will translate just only 5. Hari, obeisances to Lord Hari, unto Krishna and unto Yadva. Obeisances to Lord of the Yadus, Madhva and Keshava. Gopal, Govinda, Rama, O vanquisher of Madhu, Giridhari, Lord of the Gopis, bewildered of the Cupid. Shri Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Advaita Sita, Hari Guru, Vaishnav, Shri Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. All glories to Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, to Srila Jiva Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. So I bow down to the feet of these 6 Goswamis. By their grace, our obstacles are destroyed and all our desires are fulfilled. So you can see he is a very advanced Vaishnava, and he's very popular in our movement also. So Narottam Das Thakur actually was the son of the king. I mean, his name was Krishna Das Datta. Krishna Das Datta was a Jimidar. Jimidar means the person who owns a lot of lands. So his father was so rich that he was almost king. I mean, he had so much land in the district, Rajashri district, and that was in Bangladesh, in the district of Bangladesh. It used to be West Bengal before partition. So most of our history, some of it is in Bangladesh. Now, his capital was located near Kshetri. So this is a place which was the capital of their region, and this is about a mile north-south, northwest, northeast of Prema Matli, the bank of the river Padma, about a distance of 12 miles north of Rampur, Bholia. So this is the exact location where he was born, And Narottam Das Thakur's mother's name was Narayani Devi. And Narottam Das was born about the middle of 15th century, which is about 1466 or about 1468. They don't have the exact date. So that's when he was born at that time, And like in past, like they don't used to keep that kind of accurate record. So that's why it's mentioned that somewhere in 66 or 68, he was born. And from his childhood, he was extremely attracted to Lord Chaitanya, because Lord Chaitanya appeared before him. Narottam Das came after. So now there is a gap. And when he appeared, then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wasn't there, And according to some, after the disappearance of his father, Narottam Das was entrusted the responsibility of royal duties and to do what duties he must do as the son of the Jimidar, or the king, But like he wasn't interested in that. So in fact, he entrusted all of these duties to the uncle's son, Santosha Datta, with the royal duties of everything, So he was wanting to leave for Vrindavan, so he was so engrossed in bhakti, from the very, very beginning, So though he was the son of a king, he was showing from the childhood the symptoms of a Mahapurusha, or very exalted personality, He had long arms and deep navel. I mean, he had golden complexion, beautiful eyes, shaped like the lotus petals, In school, he was Shruti Dhara. Shruti Dhara means one who is able to memorize whatever he hears, Like in past, there were many, many renowned devotees like who will just hear once. I mean, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the same, so he could, once you listen, hear, and you're, it's recorded in your memory, so it's called Shruti Dhara, so that's what they call. And he was a long time, he was a brahmachari also. He didn't marry, So, so he used to perform kirtan, and used to dance, so, so one day in the this is pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, while Lord Chaitanya was dancing, suddenly he began calling out the name of Narottam, Narottam. So this was Lord Chaitanya's time. So Narottam hasn't appeared at this point in time, So this is like if I'm today here, so I'm forecasting some things which are about to come about 30, 40, 50 years later, So, uh, so Lord Chaitanya used to call, and tears used to stream from his Lord's eyes, and he used to appear restless. And after speaking with Nityananda Prabhu, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to express desire to visit the bank of the Padma River, and Mahaprabhu explained to Nityananda Prabhu that he wanted to deposit the treasure of love at the banks of the river Padma, and he said this prema will be picked up sometime later by a devotee named Narottam Das. So now you can see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that he will be coming after his disappearance, so, and then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no, Nityananda Prabhu asked him that how you will be able to identify, or he will be able to identify Narottam Das. And then the Lord explained that the person who touches the river will make her surge up and would be none other than Narottam Das. So if somebody touches, and it will just rise up, immediately. So at the age of year 12, when Narottam Das was only 12 years old, he had a dream in which Nityananda Prabhu appeared to him and commanded him that he collect the prema which he had left in the custody of the river Padma. So now you can see, like these Vaishnavas are so exalted, which means he wasn't an ordinary personality, so Lord has given him, and no wonder he was born in a family of kings, so even Krishna says, like people who haven't completed their sadhana, they're born again in exalted family. Suchidam Shrimatam Grehe Yogo Bhrashtvajayata. These are for people, they're talking about whosoever yoga is not completed in this lifetime, they are reborn again as exalted personalities, and then they continue their sadhana onwards, So one can see here Narottam Das must be very, very exalted devotee. That's why even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left indirect message for him that he can recover from this river, as well as not only that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Narottam Das Thakur at the age of 12, he was revealed within his dreams. So now you can see how exalted he was, so So Narottam Das early in the morning went alone to the river Padma to take his bath. As soon as his feet touched the river surged immediately. Remembering the words of Lord Chaitanya, the Padma now transferred the treasure to Narottam Das Thakur, all that prema thing. Upon receiving his divine love, Narottam Das' body complexion changed. See? And his parents tried every means by which to keep him yeah, in the house and to engage him in the mundane duties, or rather the duties of businesses, whatever, and to take the responsibility after like kingly responsibilities, which he was never interested, and especially after tasting this nectar, from the river Padma. So so they couldn't keep in check. So Narottam Das finally, he was so engrossed in bhakti that he left everything behind and he rushed to where? Vrindavan. So this was the mercy of Gaur-Nitai, and also Narottam Das passed, that he left his opulent family and ran to Vrindavan. And once he reached Vrindavan, he met Goswamis, and after associating with them, like he took initiation from Lokanath Goswami, So like he received all the instruction from Lokanath Goswami regarding the practice of spiritual life, and Narottam Das was spiritually named as Champaka Manjari. Manjari. So that's quite an advanced what you can see that is a Manjari who is helping Radharani, So with the approval of the local Vaishnav, Jiva Goswami deputed Srinivas, Narottam Das and Shams Nanda to carry the Gaudiya Goswami's books to the devotees in Gauradesh. So he was technically asked to bring all this knowledge which Goswamis had translated back to Goswamis had written. So he was to bring it and spread this philosophy somewhere in Gauradesh, which means Navdeep Dham. So that was his assignment in a way, So, there are many stories how some of it was stolen and how it was guarded, So after coming to to Navdeep Dham, basically. So he wanted to spread all this knowledge, When he arrived in Navdeep Dham, all the devotees were asking him about the health and activities of the Goswamis in Vrindavan, and that's very natural. So they were eager to hear the news from Vrindavan. After visiting all Gauranga's pastimes in Gauramandala, Narottam Das, so that's the first things he did, So he visited all the nice places where Gauranga has performed his pastimes. And then same thing he did in Jagannath Puri, So he went there and he went to the spots where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had visited, He also went to see the devotees and the spots where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has performed many activities in Shantipur, Shri Khanda, Kanatak Nagra, Eka Chakra, Khetri Gram, So actually, you can see, like it's believed that Narottam Das is incarnation of Nityananda Prabhu. So that's what's believed, widely believed, that he is none other than Nityananda's incarnation, So, and then Narottam Das established ashrams named Bhajan Tuli, which is about 2 miles away from the capital, Khetri. So in Khetri, when he was there, so Narottam Das arranged a big festival. This was the first Gaur Purnama festival to honor the divine appearance of Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was the first one to organize such a big festival. And during the festival, he installed 6 deities, Shri Grongadev, Shri Balvikanta, Shri Vrajamohan, Shri Krishna, and Shri Radhakanta, and Shri Radha Raman. So these are the deities he installed in that area. And on the occasion of this installation ceremony, Narottam had a big festival in Khetri, which is very, very famous among all the Vaishnavas, especially in the Gaudadesh, So you can see how engrossed he was in spreading the name of message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like he had very, very sweet voice also, So he used to do wonderful kirtan, His chanting looked like that it's coming from heaven, and tears will flow down. His tears will flow down in prema, from his eyes, So, and so the kirtan was so ecstatic, as if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has manifested himself, and like his personal associate would appear, to join the Sankirtan like a flash of lighting in the midst of the a mass of blue clouds, So technically, they will have visions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 6 and Nityananda Prabhu, So this festival is considered one of the major achievements of Narottam Das Thakur. Technically, he popularized Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and that's what his true assignment was, that to popularize all this knowledge, what 6 Goswamis have interpreted in Vrindavan, and bring it back to Gauradesh, And he was one of the main instruments to bring this to the Dham, during his visits, he would invite hundreds of devotees, including the disciples of Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Acharya, to do many programs and festivals, But when he was spreading it, there were many differences existed in the philosophy interpretation of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, So then there was a Acharyani, means Janva Devi. She came from Kardha and presided over, and during that time, she resolved many of the diverse conclusions, and so she was able to help by bringing conclusions to one consistent Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. So her Janva Devi's contribution is very, very important. Now you can see when there are different interpretation of philosophy, then it creates problems. So she was able to uh, do that, So, so, so first time the festival featured many kirtan styles, which integrated the glorification of Lord Chaitanya uh, with the glorification of Krishna and his pastimes. And because so many Vaishnavas were present in one place, it automatically made the festival very extraordinary, especially in Khetri district. He also acted as an important step in nullifying all the Gaudiya. So he unified all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas under his banner, So that's a big task, he did, Actually, in Narottam Das, we know he wrote many, many devotional songs, about spirituality or spiritual master and the devotees, and devotional service. The six Goswamis, so about Gaur Nityananda, Radha Krishna. So you can see that his bhajans are very, very popular, and we sing many, many times, like Hari Haraya Nama Krishna. That's one of the. Then Shri Guru Charanana Padma. I mean, he's the one who has written it. And then whenever somebody disappears, we sing Alo Nilo Prema Dhanna, Karuna Prachur. So these are his songs. As I said before, I could only find 62 in KK songs. I'm pretty sure there might be many more songs, but still 62 is a lot of devotional songs to be written. So you can imagine his advanced realization to be able to compose such beautiful bhajans, which touches your heart in a way and brings a lot of emotions when you sing his songs, or his bhajans, like some of the melodies are in Bengali language, or most of it are. But his songs give shastric siddhanta and devotional inspiration, So that's how nice his songs are. Srila Prabhupada often used to sing his bhajans, considering them non-different from Vedic Shastras, He quoted them in Srimad Bhagavatam class. Srila Prabhupada used to do that, and like Prathana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika are the Narottam Das's most exalted work and most famous work, Then he had this Prema Bhakti Chandrika, where he writes about Radha and Krishna are my goal in life and death, and they are my masters of my breath, performing my bhajans only for them. I rise and fall in the ocean of prema. I pray that I can always maintain this conception within my heart as my highest ideal. So this is the sentiment Narottam Das has, he just says that, let me serve the lotus feet of Radha and Govinda. Let my mind be filled with dedication to the divine forms that defeat the beauty of Cupid. With a straw between my teeth, I fell at their divine feet and present my humble appeal. O Kishore Kishori, O Sandan Nanda Maharaj, Sham Sundara, O daughter of Vishmanu, Shri Radha, you enchant even Hari, and your bodily complexion is the color of the golden lotus. O Krishna, with a bodily color like Indranadi blue gem, Indra Mali, Indra Neela gem, which is blue gem, which whose beauty mocks even Cupid, the topmost dancers of Sri Radha, Radha and Krishna, please dance in your mind. That's what he is requesting, Oh, you whose beauty increases the charm of your dazzling ornaments day and night, I only wish that I shall go on singing your glories forever. So now you can imagine such an advanced sentiment within his heart. No wonder he was empowered, that's for sure, Uh, um, so, you can see he popularized Vaishnavism in Goradesh, So, Narottam Das Thakur was completely absorbed in singing the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. And day after day, many atheist offenders, Shiva worshippers, followers of Durga, logicians, mentor speculators, and karmis who were puffed up. I mean, they were influenced by his propagation. So they used to take blessings from Narottam Das. So one time, what happened was that this Shri Ramchandra Kaviraj went to Vrindavan Dham after taking blessings of Lord, after taking the blessing of Narottam Das, he went to Vrindavan, And after a few months there, he entered the eternal Leela of Shri Radha and Govinda. So he disappeared, This extremely terrible, unbearable news came to Srivas Acharya, and he was unable to bear the separation from his dear disciple, and he too passed away from this earth and entered into the eternal pastimes of Radha and Govinda. Hearing this terrible news, Narottam Das Thakur, who was in where? In Goradesh, So he plunged into the ocean of separation, where he began to drown. In the great and unbearable agony of separation, he wrote the song which we sing. Anilo Prema Dhana Karuna Prachur. Like if we have, we can sing later. So anyhow, so he was the one, he composed this song. So barely able to keep afloat in the ocean of separation, Narottam Das went to the banks of Ganges in the village called Gram Bhalia, and entered a temple of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's. Narottam Das Thakur ordered devotees to perform kirtan. The devotees began performing kirtan. After Sankirtan, Narottam Das Thakur went to the river's edge and with tears in his eyes took darshan of the Ganges, offered his obeisances again and again. And at that time, he entered the water of the Ganges. After entering a short distance into the water, he requested all the devotees to fill the four directions with the loud chanting of the holy name of Sankirtan. At that time, Shri Ramakrishna Acharya and Srila Ganga Narayan Chakravarti began two kirtans in different places. In the midst of all this, the Thakur told him, Narottam Das Thakur told two of them, pour the water of the Ganges over my body. Saying this, everyone immersed in the waves of Sankirtan. And as the Kirtan went on, they were just ready to pour Ganges water of the body on the body of Narottam Das Thakur, when just at that moment, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, who was absorbed in chanting and the holy name of the Sankirtan, merged into the water of Ganges and vanished from worldly view. His disappearance day is celebrated as Krishna Panchami day of the month of Kartika. So that's when he disappeared. So yeah, you can see how advanced Narottam Das Thakur is, and Narottam Das Thakur serves Shri Mati Radhika as Champaka Manjari. That's what his identity is. His samadhi is in the Radha Gokulananda temple's courtyard. Must be in Goradesh. So anyhow, that's all I have to say. But if we have time, we have 5 minutes. If you want to comment, otherwise we can sing one of his bhajans, Okay, we will sing one little. We will sing something. I'm surprised even this, Like we sing this Shri Guru Charana Padma, Keval Bhakti Sadma. That's also composed by Narottam Das Thakur, So all this our Guru Arti is composed by him. Let me see what else we can sing. Okay, we will try to sing this one. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya karo more, tum bina ke dayalu jagat sansare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya karo more, bina ke dayalu jagat sansare, patita pavana hetu tava avatara, patita pavana hetu tava avatara, masa patita prabhu na paveyara, masam patita prabhu na kaveyara, aha nityananda premananda sukhi, prabhu nityananda premananda sukhi, kripa bolo kane karo ami baro dukhi, kripa bolo kana karo ami baro dukhi, daya karo sitapati Advaita Gosai, kripa bole Prabhu Chaitanya Nitai, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Jai Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. Gaur Pranandi Hari Hari Bol.
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamahami Govindam Adi Purusham Aham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Aham Bhajami Enam Kanvanda Maravindalaya Tatham Bhavavatam Samasitam Purasundaram Kandar Atom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Argani Akasa Priya Priti Manti Vasyanti Vikayanti Viraganti Ananta Maya Sadhu Dala Vikrasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami 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 Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ebaro Karuna Koro Vaishnava Goshai Karuna Koro Vaishnava Goshai Patita Pavana Toma Vineketona Pita Pavana Toma Vineketona Yaharane Kate Gele Papa Dore Diai Yaharane Kate Gele Papa Dore Diai Himona Noyala Prabhu Keva Kotapai Unadoyala Prabhu Keva Kotapai Gangara Parasa Hoile Paschate Pavan Gangara Parasha Hoile Vasudevava Darshane Pavitra Koro Etomaragon Darshane Pavitra Koro Etomaragon Aristane Aparare Dare Harinam Aparare Dare Harinam Tomastane Aparare Nahi Paritra Sane Aparare Nahi Paritra Tomara Hridaye Sada Govinda Vishram Tomara Hridaye Sada Govinda Vishram Govinda Kohina Mora Vaishnava Paran Govinda Kohina Mora Vaishnava Paran Pratijanme Kori Asha Charane Raduli Pratijanme Kori Asha Charane Raduli Narotame Koro Doya Apanaraboli Narotame Koro Doya Apanaraboli Evaro Karuna Koro Vaishnava Goshai Evaroka Bruna Koro Vaishnava Goshai Patita Pavana Toma Vineke Honai Patita Pavana Toma Vineke Honai Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Vaishnava Gosai Vaishnava Gosai Vaishnava Gosai Jaya Vaishnava Gosai Vaishnava Gosai, Vaishnava Gosai, Vaishnava Gosai, Vaishnava Gosai, Haribo, 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 Gora Haribo, Gora Haribo, 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 Gora Haribo. Jaya Radha Goloka Nanda Radha Goloka Nanda Radhe Radha Goloka Nanda Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. O Vaishnava Goswami, please be merciful to me now. There is no one except you who can purify the fallen souls. Where does anyone find such a merciful personality by whose mere audience all sins go far away? One becomes purified after bathing in the waters of the sacred Ganges many times, but just the sight of you purifies the fallen souls. This is your great power. The holy name delivers one who has offended Lord Hari, but if one offends you, there is no means of deliverance. Your heart is always the resting place of Lord Govinda, and Lord Govinda says, the Vaishnavas are in my heart. I desire the dust of your holy feet in every birth I may take. Please consider Narottama yours and be kind upon him. Narottama Das Thakur, Ki Jai. Mahadavagnine Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnam Ritasvadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vichayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpitani Amita Smaranena Kalaha Etadrisita Vakripan Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hadanina Nuragaha Trinarapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnana Sundarim Kavitamba Jagadishakamaye Mama Janmani Janmanishvare Bhavatat Bhaktiraitu Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitamam Vishame Bhavamburo Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stite Tuli Sadrisham Vinchataya Nayanam Galadasrudaraya Vadanam Gadgada Rudargira Ulakarnichitam Vapukada Tava Namagrahane Bhavishati Yugayitam Nimeshena Chakshusha Pravishayitam Sunyayitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahena Me Ashri Shava Pararatam Panastu Mam Adarshanan Marmahatam Karutova Yatatatava Vidatato Lampato Mat Pranas Natastu Saeva Naparaha. Victory. Your birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because transcendental knowledge increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benedictions to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Sri Shikshastaka Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Please join us today for our Sunday program, beginning at 4 with Arti. 4:30 starts a wonderful discourse of the Avadut, Lord Nityananda, by His Grace Adi Gadadara Prabhu. So please join us around 4:30 for a nice way to end your weekend. Hare Krishna.